To be honest, back when Arcade 1-Up was coming out with a few different cabinets every year, I thought for sure there would be another company that would start to do the same thing. I'm wondering how Arcade 1-Up sales have been recently. I mean, there must be enough interest that other companies are starting to make these smaller home arcade machines, right? I paid $499 for the WrestleFest arcade instead of the normal $599 on Amazon. But who knows, that's probably just marketing to make it sound like you're getting a good deal. Kind of like when you go to Kohl's and everything's always on sale, but it feels like that's what the price should be normally. I'll leave a link with more information and current pricing down below for anyone who's interested. If you're wondering what it's like putting everything together, well, it took about a half hour just to unpackage everything. Of course, there's a small imperfection there on the edge of the control deck. Kind of wish that was somewhere that I wouldn't be looking at all the time, but overall seems like pretty good packaging. Nothing was broke or damaged, so that was good to see. It actually looks a lot like Arcade 1-Up's packaging, and overall it felt like putting together an Arcade 1-Up cabinet as well. Maybe slightly more confusing in some areas since there's no text, it's pictures only, so it's easy to put stuff on backwards if you don't pay close attention, or maybe it's just because it's been several years since I've done this. I also noticed they still put the plastic underneath the screws on the plexiglass that goes over the screen, which can be a little tricky to get the plastic out from underneath the screws. The graphics on the side actually look pretty good in person. Keep in mind it's printed on a matte black material. I know some people think that this looks dull or faded, but not really. It's just that it's not printed on a shiny gloss black vinyl that you see on some of the Arcade 1-Ups. I did notice some other YouTubers out there complaining about the quality of this as they casually walk by their $5,000 pinball machines. Just remember that usually negative reviews, or just being negative in general on YouTube, usually gets more views. That's just sort of how it works, unfortunately. I think people need to remember that this company is called Basic Fun, not Extra Fun or historically accurate fun. So that's sort of what you can expect when playing this arcade game, just basic fun. The buttons and switches on here look and feel pretty similar to Arcade 1-Up, which some people may not like. Personally, I think they're fine. I mean, even though I have a lot of gaming stuff, I still consider myself a casual gamer. I definitely don't need professional grade everything, mainly because I don't want to pay the extra. In fact, I went with this smaller Ultra version because it's going to be cheaper and it takes up less room than the Supreme larger version to come out later. There's probably different games for everyone that's a must-have. I think WrestleFest is definitely one of those for me. Same thing with Golden Tee, which I thought about getting the larger, better version, but I haven't yet. So I think this might be the last one that I add to my home arcade collection. Well, unless they start coming out with new ones like Tekken and they have several versions on there, or if they come out with WrestleMania, the arcade game, yeah, I might have to get rid of some of my Arcade 1-Ups to make room for those. I am a little concerned about no plexiglass on the control deck. I thought about trying to make one myself, but I can't imagine drilling out all the holes for the buttons and not cracking the plexiglass. I don't know, maybe it's not that hard to do. If someone makes one, I'd probably buy one. Good thing is I don't plan on playing this thing every single day, day and night, so I don't think I'm gonna rough it up too much. I'll probably just play it once in a while. I know others have complained about no Sergeant Slaughter or Legion of Doom. My question is, are there really people out there who are gonna pick Sergeant Slaughter? I mean, come on. I think the price is a little more than I wanted to pay. You don't have to mess with risers like on the Arcade 1-Ups that I've got. I think it might look a little better with some color on the edges, like on some of the Arcade 1-Ups. So is it worth $499? For most people, probably not. I think if it was a little less, then I would probably say yes. Even though there's other games on this cabinet, I really only bought it for WrestleFest. WWF Superstars looks interesting, but am I really gonna play that? Probably not. I think if you already have some Arcade 1-Ups, I think this is a good option. If you're looking to add to your collection, maybe you just want to put this in your man cave. But then again, maybe my expectations are a little lower than some of the others that have moved on to super expensive, super heavy real arcades or pinball machines. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.